Yeah. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Yes, fantastic. Yeah, just
Yeah.
getting ready for Christmas, obviously. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. So can I just ask you to introduce yourself, please? Yeah.
Yes, my name's Greg Bryce. I'm an artist, coach, and English teacher, originally from Scotland in the UK.
Right.
I live in Valencia, Spain. And yes, that's about it. I enjoy books, and
Yeah.
I'm a percussionist as well. So I spend a lot of time playing music and working with people to get them inspired, either with their language or with their creativity in general. That's kind of my passion.
That's great. So thank you very much for accepting my request.
Very
So
welcome.
my name is Neetu, and I am also a Cambly tutor. I've been on Cambly for about 3 years. I live in Thailand now, in Bangkok. I have my husband and 3 boys. So 2 of them are here with me and one is in England. He lives in London.
Okay, great.
He's working. He's 25. The other 2 are 14 and 15.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been here now for 14 years in Thailand.
Wow, nice. Good.
Quite long, yeah. So I saw, Greg, that you love to travel. Is that right? You love to visit different countries.
I do, yeah. Recently just got back from a trip to Vietnam, Cambodia, and before that I was in Turkey for a couple of months. My wife is Turkish, so we spend a lot of time there. So Cambly's great because it means wherever I am in the world, I just open my schedule and I can keep working, keep talking to people.
That's great. So when you're traveling, Greg, like how do you decide where you're going next? Do you have like a kind of plan, or what do you think about before you book a trip?
I mean, recently it's just been to visit loved ones. So my wife's brother lives over in Southeast Asia, close to yourself. And we hadn't seen him in a few years, so yeah, that was the main reason for the trip to Turkey again, just to catch up with friends. But when we are going to travel, we usually have some maybe specific destination or a specific activity in mind, and we'll around that, I guess. But yeah, just curiosity, ticking things off the bucket list.
All right, that's great. Yeah. How do you think, like, for someone who hasn't traveled much, what would you say is like, what are the benefits of traveling? What do you think?
The benefits are absolutely endless. I can tell in myself when it's time to travel. You get a little bit closed-minded, you maybe don't appreciate things. It's a way of opening your eyes. And for me as a visual artist, like I work in the medium of images, so it's really good to top up your mind's eye and your actual eyes with new visual experiences, food, new cultures, new sounds, new smells, and it's really soul food. I think it's the ultimate soul food to travel. And the best thing is it makes you really appreciate coming home. I was away for 3 months and I couldn't wait to come back, get into my studio, do the things you can't do when you're away.
Yeah, I like the way you described it, soul food. I haven't heard it like that before, so it's just really expressive. Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, and I think it just opens our mind. I was talking to someone recently and they gave the example of an extended family member who was actually a little bit nationalistic, a little bit bigoted, until he did some travel, and then his mind completely opened to outside the borders of his country. And just it's very important to realize that everywhere you go, people are generally the same, and we're all kind. We all want the same things from life.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much to see in the world, isn't there? Like, when you travel, you realize, wow, this is how people live in this part of the world. People live, like, it's just eye-opening. It's really good. It's a really good experience. Yeah, that's great. I went to Valencia in 2018, I think it was. We went to Pamplona and we saw the bull run, and then we went to Valencia. And and it's famous for the food, for paella and things like that, isn't it? The tapas and
it's got its own unique food culture, which centers around the paella, obviously, and the paella valenciana, which is snails and rabbit is what they use, which is a little bit unusual. And they're actually quite famous for these enormous sandwiches. It's sort of national, well, not national, but the local breakfast are these enormous protein bomb sandwiches with everything you can possibly imagine.
Oh, I don't remember that. That sounds great. Yeah. Are you quite good with food? Do you like to try all the different food wherever you go?
I can, when I can. I've got some quite difficult allergies, which makes travel in Asia particularly difficult. But I do really enjoy it, and it's such a direct way of experiencing a different culture. It's tasting it.
Yeah, that's great. Have you had any really memorable experiences, like when you've traveled? Anything like very different happened, or?
I think it's just to do with these little spontaneous interactions you end up having with people, the people you meet along the way. That's the richest experience, and especially if those people are local to the place. They're not just other backpackers, there may be local people. Something that comes to mind was the first time I was in Cambodia and Siem Reap. We did a yoga class with a local yogi, and it was just, my wife and I are really into yoga and pranayama and things, and we actually run a YouTube channel which kind of tries to promote this. And this yoga class was just amazing. It was so different and so difficult. It really changed my mind about certain types of yoga, and it really even changed the experience of being in that place. It grounded me really strongly in this alien place.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. So is there anywhere that you would like to go back to that you've visited already?
Good question. I really want to get to Japan. It's been a lifelong ambition of mine, and I intended for us to go to Japan, but we kind of ran out of time, and financially it wasn't really viable this year. So I want to get there. But in terms of repeating, I'm not so sure, actually. I think it's always best to visit new places, right?
Yes. I remember going to Indonesia. I was about 18 at the time, and I went because my sister and her husband were like working out there in Jakarta for like about 2 years. So we went to see them, but from there we went to Bali, and we did it was like a really cultural trip. I remember we saw like the dance shows in the evening, and we just went to see how the local people live. And I remember feeling like, wow, this is like the best type of holiday, just being able to see different parts of the country and visiting like factories where they make silver and things like that. And the local trade. Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah, that's great.
I'd love to get to Indonesia. Actually, it's been on our radar for a while, but we'd like to do it in an unusual way. We try and travel in a way which kind of gets past the tourist trail and goes a bit deeper, which is quite challenging, actually.
Yeah, that's good. And when you talk to your students on Cambly, I'm sure like you can like share a lot of your experiences and relate to what they talk about as well.
Yeah, I think travel is a big topic I go to often, and it lets you sort of gain an insight into people's aspirations, their dreams, maybe what type of life they want to be living. I mean, often when you're talking to students, they're here to improve their English, and that's a huge part of that is wanting to travel, wanting to go study in the UK or in Europe or in the States or wherever it is, or it's their gateway to maybe a larger life is learning English. So travel is often a topic we come to.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of Cambly, Greg, so have you been on it for a long time? Has it been a few years? Or
about 3 years. I definitely don't work full time. I just kind of work on there for maybe a couple hours a day. Just for some extra cash, really. But it's been a fantastic experience. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. And you have your group of like regular students who come back all the time. Yeah. So it's so nice seeing their journeys as well, isn't it? Like they've been through.
Great.
Yeah.
It's really fulfilling for me. Especially to work with students repeatedly. And I've got some students that I've been working with since almost the beginning. So kind of 3 years. And what actually led me to do more training in coaching and cognitive behavioral therapy and all this kind of stuff that I've gone on to do really came directly from working with students, because you get to know each other. And I'm sure many teachers would agree that sometimes it can be a bit of a therapy session, actually. Especially Cambly is more conversational. You really find out a lot about people, their problems, and it's a very easy transition into coaching.
That's great. Could you just tell me a bit about the coaching? What kind of, is it like to help people in their personal life, or what kind of coaching?
So I believe a very excellent route to positivity in general is through creativity. That's easy for me to say as an artist and a musician, but I think we're all creative. It's 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 our defining characteristic as human beings is our, you know, innovative thinking, our creativity, and it helps us access perhaps a more spontaneous, childlike, fun-loving, risk-taking part of ourselves. So I provide coaching for everything, but I use creativity as my way of kind of getting in to people's psyche and helping them maybe set goals, figure out who they really are, setting values, and doing simple exercises, generate ideas to just get them thinking about maybe professional life or any other life. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Wow. So that's something you do, like, is that, would you say that's your main job, or is the art?
Yes, this is something I've been working on for over a year. So it's taking off, which is really, really good. You can find me if you search for Inspiration Academy Coaching.
Okay, right. I'll check that out. That's amazing. And that will be helpful for people watching this conversation as well. If they want to have a look, they can. Yeah,
that'd be good for me. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, that's.
I would say my main occupation is arts. Like, I would always say I'm an artist first and foremost. It's the most important thing.
Right. And how did that begin, Greg? Like, was art something you were always passionate about?
It was something I was around my whole life. My mum's a great painter, so it was sort of a happy place, being around the mediums and the smell of turpentine and all that was always really inspiring and comforting for me. And I was intending to be an archaeologist. This was a passion of mine, but I went on a school trip, sort of activities week at the end of the year when I was probably 16, and we went to the Isle of Skye, this amazing place in Scotland. And it was my first real experience of that part of my country. And we were doing plein air painting, just doing nothing but being creative. And something clicked. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to be an artist the rest of my life. I knew it then and there.
Yes.
It's over 20 years ago. And
that's great. Because many people at that age, they don't really know what they want to do. It's kind of like you just find out along the way. But to have a really clear idea that.
Absolutely, yeah. Or I think often we just follow what maybe is sensible or what our parents have told us to do. So something I find working with students, which can be quite difficult, is, you know, you meet lots of people from all over the world, all different ages, and a lot of people are on these journeys and they don't really know why. You know, they're like, oh, I'm going here, I'm going to study, I'm going to be an accountant, or I'm going to be an engineer. And I'm like, oh, why are you interested in that? Like, well, I'm not really. I'd rather be a musician, and I don't want to influence them, but it's good to let people think about that.
It's true, actually. Yeah. So do you think people don't follow their heart enough? It's more about, you know, they want to see what pays the bills or what, you know, is expected of them. Do you think people go like bow to pressure a lot?
Rightly so. You know, rightly so. People need to be thinking sensibly about these things. You need money before you can do anything else. It's easy for me to say, you know, I've got quite a privileged background compared to many people in the world. Even having English as my first language is a massive privilege. So yeah, I think people need to follow their hearts, but you know, there's a balance there for sure.
I think it's a really good example that do what inspires you and do what you're passionate about, don't just like follow the crowd. And
you need to find your authenticity. This is a word which gets thrown around a lot, but it's nice to think about it in the Japanese term ikigai, which is kind of purpose, and that's not necessarily a certain occupation or being an artist. I think it's more anything in your life which kind of reminds you of who you are and gives you fulfillment. So that might just be talking to people, or you know, I don't know, looking at birds, or whatever it is. You need to find that one thing which makes everything else worthwhile.
That's fantastic. I like your outlook on life. It's great. Yeah, that's really good. So in terms of now you're on Cambly and you're an artist. So could you just tell me a little bit about so you said it's imagery. So how would you explain more about that, what that means? Yeah.
In terms of imagery?
Yeah. So
you mean
like the art
they make, or
style. Yeah, just in terms of the art that you paint.
Yes. So I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I produce sculpture, installation, environmental work like land art, but a lot of abstract painting as well. So I don't really limit myself And I've come to realize that the less walls you have between these things, the more satisfying and more productive your practice will be. And I actually consider coaching, and even to a certain extent teaching English, as an extension of my creative practice, because it's all about sharing. You know, when you want to paint a picture, why do you want to do? You have a creative, or I'm looking at the painting I'm working right now. You have this creative urge, but really you want to share this passion, this idea you've had. I had this amazing moment of inspiration. You want to hang that in a gallery and people to come and maybe, at least in part, share that experience in some way. So I think getting other people inspired is a medium in itself. You know?
That's fantastic. Wow. So I was going to ask you, is there anything you would like to do if you weren't doing the job you do? But it sounds like that is your passion in life. Is there anything else that you would consider? Yeah.
Got lots of plans. So my wife and I would like to set up sort of an organization for retreats. She's a yoga teacher and also a language teacher as well. She's a much better language teacher than I am. She teaches many languages. So we would like to, at some point, move out of the city and set up something on a bit bigger scale. In the interim, I'd like to set up a studio in Valencia, which provides kind of a cultural space and artist spaces, artist studio spaces.
That sounds great. Wow. Yeah. So do you see yourself like staying in Valencia for many years, or would you be open to like moving to another country?
I'm always open. We intended to live in Italy, actually. That was our idea, and then we realized it's quite difficult actually to expatriate to Italy. It's not the easiest move. And then when we did our final adventure around Europe, we kind of came upon Valencia quite by accident. You know, we were in Barcelona and we thought, oh, okay, let's just check out Valencia, and then it ticked all the boxes. It's you kind of got to realize that nowhere's perfect. I love the city, but I think we would probably stay in the area, and we would definitely stay in Spain. Yeah,
that's great. And how about your Spanish? Are you quite fluent now? Are you learning?
It's pretty good.
Like me in my time.
I don't work as much on it as I should. I was very, very intense. I did intensive courses and things when we first arrived, so I got a really good foundation, and I can use it fairly well, but I wouldn't say I'm like an excellent conversational level by any means. I've got to learn. And in Valencia, you have the kind of local dialect as well, Valenciano, which a lot of people use. So I would like to improve my Spanish and then also learn a good bit of Valenciano as well, which would be great.
That's great. So you've been to Barcelona. Have you traveled around much of Spain as well? Like,
absolutely. Yeah, I've been traveling to Spain my whole life. My parents bought an apartment in like 1980 or something down in the south, you know, as British people did back then. And I had a really nice week up in the very north of Spain last spring. Spent some time in sort of different towns in the mountains. We've been to Madrid a few times, visited Barcelona many times. And we had an exhibition down in Cadiz last year, which was wonderful. I really like it down there as well.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. So you grew up in Edinburgh, is that right?
I grew up in Aberdeen, actually.
Aberdeen,
I was born close to Aberdeen, and then moved back to Edinburgh in about 2011 or 12. And then I studied my master's there. And then when I met my wife, I moved to Brussels. Belgium's like a country I really love because I did an exchange there when I was in art school, and I fell in love with Belgium. So I moved back there, and then we ended up back in Scotland during COVID. Got kind of stuck there for a few years, and then eventually we came here.
Right. So is there anything like when you're away from Scotland that you feel like, oh, I wish I had that, or you know, anything that is close to your heart?
Other than family and friends, obviously, it's more just the feel of a country. I'm sure you'll understand. I really value sort of the change of seasons, for example, you know, feeling that change in sort of April, the flowers start to grow, the air smells different. And then it's different in autumn, it's different in midsummer and midwinter. There isn't there isn't really a strong seasonal change here, which is something that's quite challenging. I mean,
I would say the same about Thailand. Yeah, Thailand is very much hot season, very hot, rainy. That's it. Yeah,
absolutely. So I miss the seasons more than anything else, I think.
Yeah, exactly. But in terms of, I'm sure like the weather and things like that is much better in Spain. Yeah.
You can see the sun shining in here. I mean, it's very cold, but it's still sunny and cheery.
Yeah. Do you think that, you know, there is a disorder, isn't there? Like the seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Think that even if we don't have that, do you think like the weather influences how we feel, like our mood? And
I don't see how it couldn't influence. You know, I mean, we're very different people in the summertime. I think all of us. Which is I couldn't live in a tropical place. I think it would. When I was in Cambodia, there I knew it was winter time, but like this is very strange. And then I came back to Spain. But it's cold. Yeah, it does get cold.
Yeah, exactly. I remember our first Christmas here in Thailand was really unusual because it was like boiling hot weather, and we were outside having a barbecue. It just felt like something wasn't. It was great because we love the like warm weather and everything, but it just felt we're so used to having colder weather in London and coming from that to So, but now of course we're used to it, and we always celebrate Christmas. We go to a club, like a British club, where they have all the traditional food and they have like a big spread. So that's our plan for tomorrow, and just to feel kind of in the festive spirit. So it's a popular place to go. Yeah. So of course, like Spain also celebrates Christmas, like many people celebrate Christmas. So are there many kind of decorations and lights and things like that around now?
Absolutely, yeah. It's decorated really beautifully. The whole city center is, you know, there's trees and lights and Christmas market, all that kind of thing. Christmas is slightly different here. They celebrate it over a longer period. So the kids get their present on, I think it's called King's Day, which is the 6th of January. So it goes right through. We've got this long festive period. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, so it's later. Yeah. I see. Whereas in some countries they celebrate today, like the 24th, and they have like all the present giving today. Yeah. So are you planning to have like celebration with friends or family?
Yes. Normally I go back to Scotland, but this year, because I've been traveling so much, I couldn't face any more airports and things. So I'm going to spend this evening and the first half of the day tomorrow with some friends, some American friends, which would be nice. And my wife is still away, so it'll be my first Christmas without family or my wife.
I see.
Maybe a little bit sad, but should be okay. And then spend New Year with friends.
Yeah. And how about in Scotland, Greg? Like what is the usual tradition for Christmas? Do they have any special food?
Yes. I mean, it's your traditional idea of Christmas, I guess. Christmas trees and presents. My family, we normally go to my mother's on Christmas Eve, and we'll do some presents at midnight, and then we'll have a big breakfast in the morning, and then just a lazy day, go for a walk, and then have a nice big dinner, drink a bit of wine. Yeah,
that's great. Is there usually snow in Scotland during that time?
Not really. There's a lot of countries that are much snowier than Scotland. Actually, it's got this reputation as being quite alpine, but it's not. It snows more in Istanbul, believe it or not, than it does in my hometown. But it will be chilly, and we have had some pretty hard winters. There was a lot of snow very early this year, so it's quite probable that it'll still be going. I don't know what the weather's doing right now. I'm not sure if it's snowing. But
I see. Wow. So, and how about the New Year? Do you also have a big celebration for that, or do you have a quiet New Year usually?
It's very important in Scotland, particularly. We call it Hogmanay. And it's sort of almost feels like the most Scottish night of the year. You know, you meet up with friends, and I always put my kilt on. Kilt's the traditional skirt that men wear, and drink a bit of whiskey, visit different people. Maybe we'll have a little party, and people will be coming in and out all evening. So it's nice. In Spain, I don't know if you know this tradition, but you have to eat 12 grapes at midnight before the bells stop chiming.
Oh, I didn't know that. Right.
A short period to stuff your face with grapes. So we normally go to the town square here, and there's fireworks and a big projection on the town hall. We have midnight there, and then go wherever we're going to go.
So are they like red grapes or green, or is there any special type?
Any grape, yeah.
That's interesting. Wow. And I was speaking to some students from China, and they were saying that they eat fish like during the Spring Festival, just before midnight of the Spring Festival. They have to eat fish at midnight, so that's like some of their,
Right,
it depends on, which part of China. So it's fascinating, actually, all the different traditions. And
I have a Polish student I'm working with, and we were talking about, Christmas dinners and this kind of thing. She was saying that they have, I think it's carp, actually, is their Christmas dinner.
Fish.
Carp, kind of freshwater fish, and different dumplings and soups, and couldn't have been more different, actually.
Yes, and food has a lot of symbolism, doesn't it, in different cultures? Like they say it's lucky to eat certain food and things like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she was saying it had to be, you were meant to have 12 dishes, but even if you didn't have 12, it had to be an even number. So there's a lot of superstition.
Yes, wow, that's great. And Greg, in terms of, we don't have much time left. Are you, in terms of cooking, are you a good cook? Do you like to experiment with food?
I do like cooking. Yeah, I cook every meal pretty much. It's very rare for me to eat out, so I love cooking. Yeah, it's nice. Another creative thing to do that we all do.
That's great. Yeah. So I think for me, it's like cooking for survival, but not really. Okay. I'm not an expert, but I love baking. That's my thing. I'll do cakes and biscuits and things, but you can't live on that.
The big difference between bakers and chefs. Bakers really know what they're doing. It's like proper chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah, my husband's a really good cook, so he can whip up things very quickly. So I tried to do the dessert for afterwards.
Okay. Nice.
That's my plan. Yeah, so that's great. Yeah. So what's your plan for today, Greg? What are you planning for the rest of the day? It must be morning there now, is that right?
Yes, it's 11 o'clock. In 45 seconds, I've got another English class. And very last minute Christmas shopping. And just tidy around a little bit. My cat's going to be on his own this evening, so make sure he's okay. And then I'll head out with my friends. They live about an hour from the city, so.
Okay, so do you drive there as well?
No, I don't. It's no point in having a car here. It's such a well-connected city by metro, and you can cycle everywhere. Also, it's very fun. No, it's great. Yeah, better than Edinburgh. Edinburgh is very challenging for the cyclist.
I see. So I hope you have a lovely Christmas and New Year.
Nice speaking to you, Neetu. It's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, Greg, for your time. Yeah. All the best to you. Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye.